9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am back. Welcome me back, people. Or don't. Either way. This is North American Harness Update. I am Rod Allums Jr. Ray is gone for the night. Mike, how you doing, man?
Well, you're back. What about me?
You didn't leave.
Oh. That's right. You were off last week. I wasn't thinking. I'm the only consistent human being on this show.
Yeah,
To be
please.
honest. I mean, seriously. I'm the foundation that this thing is built on.
I am being serious
You might
with
be
you guys.
the glue. You might be the glue, but I'm the foundation.
I'm the glue and the cement. Bang, bang.
Oh, you want to be everything.
I am everything.
Junk.
Ask your mama. Anyways, we've got some racing action tonight. Starting with the NAHU Pick4 at the Raceway Western Fair District.
What else we got?
We've got the Meadowlands Pick4. That's happening. They should name it the NAHU Pick4 at the Meadowlands on Friday night, but, you know, we'll take them not doing that. And then we've got the Can-Am Pick4. That's Woodbine Mohawk Park and the Meadowlands combined. After that... Okay, I have to shout out Jordan Sumner right now because she's going nuts because I haven't shouted her out yet.
We've been on 2 minutes.
All right.
2.
Chill out, Jordan. And shout out Shay because she'll get mad if I don't shout her out.
She wants to get shouted out before I get introduced. I mean, that's,
Right.
that's
I don't
crazy.
know. And then the last thing we got tonight, Rosecroft. We got Sire Stakes action for Sunday at Rosecroft. Plus, we've got 2 separate pick 3s over there on Sunday. 14 race card. You gotta play this card. Lots of action going on. Tony Morgan, that is, in town to drive some of these Sire Stakes horses on Sunday. So, gotta pay attention there. But we have to jump right into the action at the Raceway Western Fair District. Race number 7 coming up as they play Deal or No Deal. So I don't know how many minutes there are to post. We'll find out shortly.
According to, it's about 10. So
Okay.
maybe more like 12 or so.
Okay, 13 minutes. That's what I'm going to say. You're wrong, Mike. Race number 7. Non-winners at $8,000 lifetime on the trot. Got a field of 8 here, and it's a field full of breaking horses. Trotters on the half. You got to love it. Mike, please enlighten me on what you might like in this race.
Extremely brutal race. I struggled with this. So much so that I didn't even get my ticket in on time. So, I went 4 deep. I had been chasing the 3 J-Port Delilah for several weeks at Woodbine. And this horse actually, if you would go back into January, was actually favored in some of those races. I know that's a little bit hard to believe, but really wasn't having much luck there. Broke 2 weeks in a row at Woodbine, so came to London and has 2 qualifiers and an equipment change. The horse is extremely well bred and is drawn inside. I'm curious. I feel like if this horse stays flat, that she can win the race. Doesn't really have to beat much. The 5, Victoria Has a Secrets. She won 2 back with a huge rally, almost unforeseen rally at London to win from off the pace of 10-1. Was promptly bet to 3-5 and broke twice from the rail. I think there's some talent. Very minimal starts, only 3 lifetime starts. So, I'll give the horse a chance to bounce back. I'm not sure what the price is currently. I know you don't like that. It's 5-1. I don't mind 5-1. The 6, Time Will Zaza, won first out, is well bred. Probably is going to be the favorite in the race, and I think needs to be used. And then the 8, I Am What I Am, was racing at Woodbine in Harvest Series races last winter and was not disgracing. Is getting checks, but is 0 for 17. and now gets the half. Qualifier at Flam was just average, but this exactly isn't a really difficult race. So I'll use that 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8.
We're a little bit different here. I'll start. I'm going with the outside the outside 2 horses in the trailer. The 6, Time Zaza, second lifetime start, debuted with a nice win, was actually in the 2 path, the whole way that race. Never really went all the way down to the rail there, and still won very handily. I think if she repeats that effort, she's got a big shot. I don't know if you're going to see her as the favorite at post time or not, but I do think she's going to take some money. The 7, Glide and Go. This one's been racing in hours of 15,000. This, I think, is the best horse in the race. She just has to get involved somehow. She doesn't have a lot of gate speed, but if she can get drug up into the race, a couple breakers here or there, I think she's got a big shot. And even with Glenn Hardy driving, this one is a must play for me. And then the 8, I Am What I Am, qualified decently and actually raced here in the fall in the Autumn Series, like you mentioned. I think as a play, might need a start. Had that qualifier and then broke off the qualifier and then had to requalify, so they might take it easy with this one. But definite player here. I think the speed is there, just needs to stay flat for him. So 6, 7, 8 for me. Leg number 2 of the NAHU Pick4 at the Raceway Western Fair District. $15,000 claimer for now winners at $30,000 lifetime on the pace. And this one is one we pretty much see every week for the NAHU Pick4. Mike, start us off.
3 deep. The 4, what is it? Boozie's Rock. What is it? How do you say that, Rod?
Buckeyes Rock.
The Buckeyes?
Yeah.
I got it. Buckeyes. Oh, I have to read Ebonics, I guess. I don't really know. Gets Harris. Broke 2 back, but last time was far. I like the driver switch, and that's what I'm using. I think you'll get a price. The 5, Stonebridge Guard, is right there every week. Was sharper 3 and 4 back, but has no chance of last 2. I feel like has a better chance against these horses. And then the 7, Jim's great, likely favorite. 2 wins in a row, then stepped up and ran into Noah's Mill, who's been crushing everything. This is an easier spot. 3, 5, 7, or 4, 5, 7. Excuse me, 4, 5, 7.
Well, we're pretty close here, not too far off. The 1, Sports Tail, I use from the rail. This horse has drawn the mid posts basically every week. He's had to work out trips off a cover, even first over at times. Was 3 deep last week, just missed, was flying late. He's got a big shot, likely going to be the favorite once again, and I think is a must play from the rail. The 5, Stonebridge Guard. Everything from the Jack Ray barn has been doing well for the last month or so. They've all been hitting the ticket. One of the horses he owns, actually one he owned and one he trains, won earlier tonight. So the barn continues to stay hot. I think this one, you're not going to get 5-1. There's no way, I don't think, on this one. Even from the 5 post. This horse has hit the board 13 out of 16 starts this year. Definite use. And then the 7, Jim's great. Another obvious one, I think, and drops back into the claimers where the last time he was in here, he won pretty handily. Does need a setup, though. That's the key with this one. But you do get Scott Coulter to drive, so maybe things will work out since the trainer, Kyle Bossens, also trains the 3, which Colin Kelly is driving here, and has early speed. So maybe we see both of these horses firing and looking to help each other out there. Race number 9, which is leg 3 of the NAHU Pick4, is a now $30,000 lifetime on the trot. Another full field of 8 here, and this I thought was the most wide open race of the sequence, starting with the 1, Majestic Sweetson. Does have braking issues, but when flat, definitely plays. Second, third, second, the only 3 lines on the card that this horse has been flat. So you really have a 50-50 shot there, basically with everything in this.
1 for 55 records, so I'm not sure about 50-50.
Well, look at the last 6 starts. This horse has been sharp or breaking.
Yeah.
So,
I'm looking at the last 55, John.
okay, well, I'm looking at recent form. Thank you very much. The 3, Southwind Spartan, as I was rudely interrupted by Michael.
Appropriately interrupted.
Not. Brett McDonald drives this one. Second time he's driven this horse. Ended up first over last week. Had a tough trip there. And still raced pretty well. Finished third. Fits well in this group. And should be able to work out a pretty decent trip in this spot. I don't think you're going to see him first over this time. But, this one is another one. Iffy to make a break as well. The 4 and Cuts and Butts and Coconuts. Another one that does break, but when he's flat, he does have a shot. Last week, it looked like he just went around the track to stay flat. That way he didn't have to qualify again. And now you should see a little more aggressive drive in this spot. Look at those lines 4 and 5 back where he was first over both times there. Parked a mile 4 back and finished second. Raced very well against Similar. And this group really doesn't have any outstanding talent in it. I don't think. He should be able to work his way toward the leaders around the 3/4 pole. If he's flat, he's got a shot at a pretty decent price. The 5, Angel Status, coming off 2 wins in a row to start the season, has been pretty sharp. Going to be the likely favorite. I'm going to try to beat. And then the 8, Fast Glider. Scott Ray's been hot tonight. He's got a couple wins on the card. Winning the second, I think, actually. But this horse has been in good form. Win this class last week, first over with a big move, and was game all the way down the stretch. So I'm going to throw him back on again this week with the good form. 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. Mike?
I'm just too deep, and I'm going to go quick here because we're running out of time. The 3, Southwind Spartan, was racing at Woodbine for the most part. Didn't do very well at Flamenborough, but last time at London raced well. I think is worth the use just on class alone, and I like the post. Then the 5, Angel Status is obvious. Had Grassroots lined at 2. First he starts at London. Crush. There's a lot of chronic losers in this race, and I think that this horse, seems to like the win since returning. So 3-5.
And leg number 4, the final leg of this NAHU Pick4 at the Raceway Western Fair District, is a $7,000 claimer. Mile on the 16th, full field of 9 here. And finish us off, Mike. What do you like?
4 deep. The 2, Rockstar's Megastar. No chance last time. Ran the Spider-Man hand over 2 back. Before that, on March 29th, 1 draws well. I think, you can use this one. Maybe we'll be closer. This 6, Mr. Big W, raced pretty well second off the bench. Now gets Harris. I think you must use that one. The 8, Little Quick, has 61 lifetime wins and is a closer. Was against no chance the way the race shaped and still raced well enough. Then the 9, My Brother George, another one that has a lot of class, 46 wins. Comes off a qualifier. It's been off for a little while, but this horse can win off the bench. So 2, 6, 8, 9 to finish.
Yeah, we're way different here, pretty much. I'm 3 deep. The 3, Lumiere for Pat Shepard, has been, pretty close recently. Won last week and makes sense again in this spot. Another inside post. I think he's going to work out a nice trip again and could pounce late if things open up. The 4, Stony Durkin, gets Scott Ray back on. He's had success with this horse. And last week, I'm just going to toss that line out. It was 2 weeks ago, actually. I don't know what happened there, but I think the horse plays if he can get the right trip. He should be put in play with Scott Ray. And then the 8, Little Quick, is easily the best form horse in this race. Gets a good inside draw. He doesn't have any gate speed, so he's kind of pace reliant, which could play in the hands of the 3, Lumiere. But if he's anywhere close turning for home, he can outkick all of these horses. So he's a must play at most likely what's going to be a short price. So I'm 3, 4, 8 there to finish off the Pick4 at the Raceway. Here's my ticket for 20 cents. It's 6, 7, 8 with 1, 5, 7 with 1, 3, 4, 5, 8 with 3, 4, 8. It's $27. Michael?
3, 5, 6, 8, with 4, 5, 7, with 3, 5, with 2, 6, 8, 9. I punched it, $19.20.
And we've got about 25 seconds to post here. And current board, the 7, going back to the 7. Glide and Go is the favorite.
How about this?
Glide
6,
and
8
Go.
to 1?
8 to 1, yeah, that's a great price on the 6, actually.
I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I get the 7. You want to bet the 7 here at 8 to 5?
Not at 8 to 5.
I can't do it. I don't care.
Not at 8 to 5. I would not be betting the 7 at 8 to 5. No way.
I'm betting right now. I'm betting the 3 with the price on the 3 right now. I think the 3 is worth a bet here.
What kind of price you getting at? 9 to 1 on the 3. Yeah, that's not a bad price.
I mean, I realized that she could run. I mean, there's no question about that. But
everything in here can run.
Yeah. So I just feel like, I don't know. I've bet this horse before against much better horses. So if you're going to give me 9 to 1, that's fine. I'll try it.
You can go ahead and try it. We're going to try to turn it over to Sugar Doyle because he's got the call tonight for this NAHU Pick 4 up at the Raceway Western Fair District. Let me show you my ticket once again. We don't have a graphic for Mike because he didn't get his ticket in time because he's kind of slow.
Glide and Go here at 2 to 1.
So here is race number 7. Start of the NAHU Pick 4 at Western Fair. We're going to hit this for big money, I think, tonight because it's wide open. So, let's hope it.
Here they come. They're off. Blinkers on. Horn blowing early here for the 7. Glide and Go. Leaving on head of there with her. Time Out Zaza. Those two. First and second into the opening turn. Time Out Zaza came out on top. Glide and Go. Settles in for second. J-Port Delilah got away in third. Trotting up on the outside to be fourth. There goes Massive Pajama Party. Fifth and in, Lucky Johanna. First-time starter, Vimy Rich Venus, trotting sixth. Seventh is I Am What I Am. The early trailer, Victoria, Has a Secret. 3 and 3 was the quarter mile for 9 to 1 shot leader. Time Out Zaza, trying to double up in London. The trip for Glide and Go. At 2 to 1 in second. Trotting from third still, J-Port Delilah. There's some movement off the back end now. Taking fifth on the outside, I Am What I Am. This one closed up as the 9 to 5 favorite and is given the marching orders here with just over a lap to go. Time Out Zaza, still there. Glide and Go. Content to sit second. J-Port Delilah gets a peek to the outside now in third. Flushed out by I Am What I Am. Saving ground along the inside was Massive Pajama Party. Then we go back to Vimy Ridge Venus to the inside. Lucky Johanna, nothing yet from Victoria. Has a Secret as they trot on down the backstretch for the final time. Time Out Zaza is still leading by 3 parts of a length. J-Port Delilah at 7-1 challenging. Jumping it off was the favorite, I Am What I Am. I Am What I Am went to a break at 3/4 in 1:33 and 1. Time Out Zaza still with something left here. J-Port Delilah holding down second. It's a locked and blocked. Glide and Glow trotting from third. Angled wide for the drive home will be Vimy Ridge Venus. Down the stretch they come. Time Out Zaza still there looking to punch on through. Here comes Glide and Go. To the wire. Time Out Zaza to win it. J-Port Delilah looked to be second, then Glide and Go. Vimy Ridge Venus 2-5.
So the 2 horses we mentioned before they went over, the 3 and the 6 run 1-2 there at 9 to 1 and 7. I mean, it's just it's unconscionable to me that they're betting the 7 in the race. I just don't understand.
Well,
am I wrong, Rod?
Yeah, I like the 7. The 7's the fastest horse in the race.
but he still got the 7-hole. And, and the 6 could be anything. I mean, the 6, any horse, here's something that I think about, and some people might not agree with me, okay? But you get a horse like the 6, okay? 3-year-old first-timer, decently bred, that win. First time out, okay? On the half, from the 5-hole, you don't know what you have there. I mean, that horse could be anything.
Like I said, that horse was wide the whole mile last time.
Yeah, so, and it's decent, decent barn, okay? I mean, this is a barn that's winning 18%. I mean, I just, it's good for us. It's good for people that are paying attention.
Yeah, like us.
So, I mean, because those are overlay prices. And the 7's inside pylons, probably.
I don't know if he was or not. They put an inquiry up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the 2 actually didn't race bad. I wouldn't be opposed to betting that horse back off that race.
Well, I'm hoping they leave the 7 up because, let's see. Well, I guess it don't really matter because I'm about to take the lead again on Jordan and Shay in this handicapping competition. And I know Shay's watching because she just sent me an expletive text after that race crossed the wire.
Nice. Let's see what this exact. I want to see what this exact is paying just for laughs. Because we liked this before we went.
Yeah, it should be pretty good.
Actually, it's $92 for $1. So
Wow.
that's $184 exact.
That's huge.
If you were paying attention.
Oh yeah, and Shay's
That's
watching
not
too.
exact.
Shay's watching too.
We'll think.
She's hating on the feed.
Well, you can hate don't hate the player, hate the game. Let's go to the Meadowlands.
All right, we've got some Meadowlands action. This is the pick 4 from the Meadowlands for tonight. Make sure I pull up my right program here. It starts in race number 8, and we've got about a half hour or so to post.
Yeah, they just finished the 6th, so
yeah, roughly half hour.
7.
My program's loading, so we're gonna take our time getting to it. Internet's being very slow
Okay,
tonight.
Shadow at 8-1 at Woodbine if anybody like.
Jordan and Shay are hating right now.
That's all right. I like the fact that they're bothering you and ripping you up.
Yeah, that's all right, because I only have one thing to say.
Did you program load?
I got the program up. Oh, they're gonna like that one. All right, so race number 8 is a filly mare numbers of 6,000 last 5 starts. This is the Meadowlands, by the way. Pick 4, $50,000 guaranteed pool. Starting in race number 8. Field of 10 here. Mike, start us off. What do you like and why?
Yeah, so I think this is a good sequence and very much worth playing. Depending on a lot of it's going to hinge on the third leg. There's going to be a big favorite in there, but in the first race I think is pretty wide open, and you could get a price here. I'm going to start with the 1 on Oneida Blue Chip, who had a tough trip last time at Yonkers. Has had outside posts and gets the big track back. This horse, closed against it last time at Yonkers. So the big track should suit her style. And Simons has been doing well here. 15-1 morning line, I think is worth a use. Won 4 times last year. So I like horses that like to win. We'll try that one. The 3, you should be here. This horse is dropping out of the numbers at 12-5 after coming last time. Kicked 25-3 against the Reclamation, who we'll talk about later. I think it's going to be a big favorite here. It was 40-1 in that race. You're not going to get anywhere close to that. You're probably going to get sub 2-1. And, the horse is obvious. Has been sharp at upper levels. Did win here, numbers of 5,000 on March 22nd as the favorite. I would expect a similar price. The 5, Better Than Bree. I thought raced really well last time. Was coming down the stretch and really never looked like a loser. Now has to step up off that, but did kick 27 in that spot. And, Dave Miller sticks, third time back, could improve. I like Johnson horses also, so I think, I'll use that one. You'll get a little bit of a decent price on that. And then the 10, Fancy Creek Jolene, another one dropped out of numbers 12-5. That's just way tougher than these horses. When this horse was in numbers of 9,000 on April the 5th, finished second in a 52-2 mile. Marcus Sticks. This horse has a lot of back class too, so I'll use that one. 1, 3, 5, 10.
We're a little bit different here, but I do think this is a pretty wide open race. If you can afford to go deep here, do it. There's several horses that can definitely hit the ticket here or win, depending on setup. But I'm 3 deep. The 3 you should be here is the one horse that Mike and I have in common. This one likes to win, has been close recently against tougher, and the last time that was at a level similar to this was a winner. Did get a good trip there, but nonetheless still won. Drops back down to a level where she's competitive and I think is a must play, especially from the inside. The 4, Traffic Jam. Last week, kicked home in 26-1 from dead last. Just had no chance to win that race. They got to the half in 57. This horse was down to the half in 58-3 and went the mile in 153 flat. So that's a 54-2 back half. Nothing wrong with that. This horse definitely plays as long as she can stay closer, which she should from a much better post tonight. And 2 back, that win was a nice win. Even though she did sit the 2-hole there, it was still a really nice win. And this mare loves the off-track, which they've got at the Meadowlands. And then the 7, Family Roll Call. My big play here is Yannick jumping on over Vinnie Ginsburg for Mark Ford. Made 2 moves last week and just got caught late. Raced pretty well in that race against similar to what she's in with tonight. With Yannick, he's going to be firing. Doesn't matter what he draws. And whenever you get the off track and you get Yannick, the horse will be on the front. That equals a must play no matter what kind of price you're looking at here. And some old Chicago friends own this horse, Rose and George Bonomo. If you guys are watching, hi. Hopefully this one gets home for you and me in this pick 4. Leg number 2 is race number 9. Now winners of 3,500. Last 5 starts. This is another full field of 10. Mike, what do you like and why? Tell us something.
Okay, so 4 deep in this one also. And again, I like prices. The 1, Victory Days will win. This horse, tends to win 1 or 2 every year. And he's usually a massive price. Nearly pulled it off last time at 38-1. A similar type bunch, draws inside, is going to be coming from the back, gets a little bit of post relief. And, I'll take a shot with that one at a number. The 2, Rock on Precious, another one, that kicked home last time, 26-3 in a very fast race. That was a 50-1 mile, numbers of 3,500. That's pretty quick for these kind. Buter won earlier tonight, and another one that draws well and is going to be sneaky. I know it really hasn't done much this year, but won 60,000 last year and has made almost 400,000 life. So I'm okay with horses like that try every time. The 6, Ideal Sun, likely is going to be favorite coming out of those, heavier claimers where they're going quick miles there. They're going 50-2 and 51 flat. And this horse really hasn't disgraced himself necessarily, but it's probably just in too tough. And, this will be a much needed drop for that one. And I would expect that they'll bet. And then the 7, Better Believe It. This horse been racing well at numbers 25 at Freehold. That's a little bit better than these. And, has drawn outside posts. This horse is a 50-4 mark here at the Meadowlands. I think the big track suits better. 1, 2, 6, 7.
We're not too far off here. I'm 3 deep. And by the way, Fancy Creek Jolene is scratched in leg 1 from post 10.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, oh well. But I'm 3 deep here in leg number 2. I'll start with the 2 Rock On Precious for Mitch McKenzie, who may be watching. I didn't see if Mitch tuned in or not. He usually does tune in to us. But this one, third start back over at the Meadowlands, has been racing decent over there. And last week I had this horse picked on top at 20-1, and she raced very well. Almost got there. Just needed to get out a little bit sooner. I think from an inside post, once again, another good trip is likely. And I think Buter at least goes to get in front of the 1 early on. That way he's got a secure trip on the rail. The 6 Ideal Sun for first time Marcus Miller driving this one for Mark Ford. I'm using a lot of Mark Ford horses. I don't normally use a bunch of Mark Ford horses, but this one fits well here. You know, he's been just so racing against very tough horses. J.K. Parlay, Outcast Blue Chip, Spaghetti Eddie. The last 2 starts have run 1, 2, 3 in that 15-20 claimer. Those 3 would just stomp on these horses. So I think he's a play on the class drop. And you get the addition of Marcus Miller. He should work out a nice trip, second or third over here. Just has to get put in play and have the right setup. And then the 8 Willie Boots. Steve Smith drives this one. Raced really well last week. Almost won that race at 5-1. And you look at prior starts, you know, he was just kind of going along with everybody, but he was kicking home 26, 27 every single week. So, I mean, his form is really good. It doesn't really show great form in the lines. He just hasn't had the right setup. So, you know, tonight I think as long as he gets put into play once again, he's got a shot to win this race. So I'm 2, 6, and 8 there in leg number 2 at the Meadowlands. We've got just a couple minutes to post here at Western Fair for leg number 2. And Sugar Doyle commented and said there's $985 live from 77.32 in the NAHU Pick4 pool.
That's a good start.
Very good start. We'll definitely take that 9-1 top pick winner on NAHUPicks.com. Bang, bang. And Sugar Doyle says bang, bang. And Chief Keef says
Bang, bang.
yeah.
That's a lot of banging.
Everybody.
Somehow they're banging this one at 3-5 right now, which I don't have on my ticket. So I'm hoping that somebody bangs into them maybe instead.
I'm 3 deep here. I've got 1, 5, and 7. Who'd you have here?
I have 4, 5, 7, but I like Harris, so you know I use pretty much everything he's on.
Yeah, I do for the most part. And
Buckeyes rock. I couldn't pronounce Buckeyes. I was trying to make it like Buckeyes or something.
I think that's how Sugar pronounces it too, is Buckeyes. But
yeah.
I'm gonna call it
because
Buckeyes.
we can read.
I'm calling it Buckeyes.
Yeah, it's probably meant to be that. It's just, you know, they're trying to confuse the people that actually speak English.
Right.
So
the people with third grade educations are the ones that spelled that name.
Yeah.
But right now, looking at this board, 6-5 favorite right now on Sports Tale, which I thought he was going to be the favorite. 6-5 might be a little bit short. I thought maybe closer to morning line, 8-5, 9-5.
Okay,
Buckeyes. Sugar says Buckeyes.
Fifth.
Sugar says Buckeyes. He's watching right now.
Missed a couple weeks and was even money in that race and couldn't win. And, you know, I just, this horse has no gate speed whatsoever. Has to come from the moon all the time. And now the horse has missed time, and you want to take, not you, I'm saying, but anybody wants to take, you know, a short price. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. This stuff like this can beat me. I don't care. You know? It's just not my kind.
Well, fine.
I mean,
anyways,
it, but I don't like it.
Sugar Doyle said it's Buckeyes. I was right.
He knows.
I was right.
I should have asked him instead of you.
Well, he confirmed my rightness.
Well, that'll be about the only time.
Yeah, maybe today. Anyways, there's 50
It's
seconds.
starting to get late money here. The 4's down to 6-1. It was 12-1 a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. Another one taking late money is the 7. Jim's Great. Currently now is the favorite at 3-2, taking a ton of late money here. And Sugar Doyle says the 7 circles him.
Well, I don't mind that one because that last race, Edwards had absolutely no chance whatsoever. So I could see the 5 getting a piece of the ticket, but I'm not. I don't know. I mean, 5-1 is probably a little short. It's right on morning line, but I would want a little more if I was going to bet to win.
Going back on the feed, Mitch is warming up right now. Ray is doing some pride events again.
Is he?
I don't know. That's my guess. Usually that's what he's doing.
You remember whenever we first came out with that? That was one of the funniest things I ever did.
Oh, man, that was epic. It was epic. And I named a horse and often pacing after him, Ray Pride.
Yeah. Ray Pride.
Oh, he got so mad at that.
Oh, he was mad at that. He hated that like forever. He was so mad. He's not here to defend himself now, so it's even better.
I don't care. It's funny.
Yeah, it is.
But they are behind the gate for race 8. Rhyme time.
Start. It's 8-5 for the 7. Jim's Great. It's still 3-1 now on One Sports Tale. Here they come. Off and pacing. Warwick Dorado with his early speed to be up close. Buckeyes Rock coming up and after him early. Inside to be third with Sports Tale, going lots through this opening turn. The top 3 here already putting about 5 lengths of separation. Off stride briefly was the 4 Buckeyes Rock. Could not make the first turn here in London. That has Warwick Dorado all alone leading. Coming on to grab the deuce with Sports Tale. Looking to settle down into third was Buckeyes Rock. Not waiting from the pocket. There goes Sports Tale. Travis Henry trying to go on by a very stubborn Warwick Dorado here. It ain't going to happen. Quarter mile was 29-1. Warwick Dorado was driven along here, depositing Sports Tale back in for the 2-0 ride. Buckeyes Rock back out and rolling for Harris. Buckeyes Rock now with the half-mile challenge against Warwick Dorado. Watching them battle from third. Sports Tale all alone in fourth. Stonebridge Guard could be licking his chops here at 7-2. Traveling in fifth, they gapped off Shadowfall. Zach the Men is sixth. Getting underway from eighth was Jim's Great. Jim's Great would have to make up at least 15 lengths to win this race. The half was just 59 seconds flat. Warwick Dorado to bring him onto the backside. Second best is Sports Tale. Under urging third, Stonebridge Guard. Jim's Great still needs 10 lengths to win it. He just took fourth. Up on the outside in fifth. I love what I do. Then the back markers here. Zach the Men. Buckeyes Rock going way back off them now. 3/4 up in 129-1. And the front 3 with 4 lengths of separation on the favorite. Even money shot. Jim's Great still needs a lot of work to be accomplished here. Down the stretch they come. It's Warwick Dorado, it's Sports Tale, and it's Stonebridge Guard. Warwick Dorado, he's going to wire them up here at 11-1. Sports Tale and Jim's Great in a place photo. Stonebridge Guard finished fourth, 159-4.
Warwick Toronto knocks me out. Junk.
He earned it. I mean, I hated the one and somehow missed. I don't know.
It was.
The 4 was all over the racetrack. I mean, that was,
Yeah, I don't know what those guys were doing there. That was.
Well, the 3 was winning. That's what the 3 was doing. He was parking everything the whole way around the track.
Yeah, he's hanging everybody. Everybody keeps trying to pull on him for no reason. I don't know what everybody was thinking
How
there.
the 5 didn't win the race is beyond me. I don't know what he was doing, but he was no good, I guess. Well, this is going to be a nice ticket now.
Yeah, real nice. Very nice.
Yuck. Oh,
But there's 2 legs left there. We've got 2 legs left at the Meadowlands to go through for the Pick 4. And we're on to leg 3. So far, we've done the front 2 legs. Now we start the last half of the Meadowlands Pick 4 and legs 2 and 4 of the Can-Am Pick 4, which we're going to talk about shortly. But third leg, Meadowlands Pick 4, race number 10 is a filly and mare non-winners at 12,500 last 5, also eligible, a bunch of other crap. Here I am too deep. I thought this race was pretty clear-cut. The 5 Reclamation, 9-5 morning line, should be off of 2 straight wins, has had 3 starts this year, 2 wins in a second, and has been the dead favorite in each of those 3 starts. Been racing very well, was extremely good last week. I thought this horse at 1-2 had no reason to win that race the way that she did. She was just incredible. Came home in 25-2 first over, was uber impressive. Tough for me to go against her here, but I'm going to take a shot with the 8 Brazuca, who was just okay last time. Didn't race great, but faced tougher in the non-winners at 20,000. This is a class drop, and even with the outside draw, I'm going to throw her on just in case the trip works out and she can get drug into the race and has a shot late. So we will go 5 and 8 here. Mike, you see anything different?
Yeah, the exact same 2 horses. The 5 is going to be everybody's single and probably all the tickets. The Meadowlands Pick 4, the Can-Am Pick 4. A lot are going to hinge on this horse, especially after this last 2 sub 26 kickers. I mean, the horse looks extremely tough to beat. But the 8's interesting, especially third back, racing at upper levels. 240,000 worth of class. Those 2 races are not bad. I like third time back. I like that the horse improved last time, and I like that Callahan sticks here. This horse has more class than the 5 does, and we'll see. You're going to get a price, so 5-8.
Yeah, that race is pretty dead on. Race number 11, which is leg 4, the Meadowlands Pick 4, $50,000 guaranteed pool, is a non-winners of 9,000 last 5 starts on the trot. And here, another full field of 10. They're making it tough on us, Mike. Tell me, what do you got? You like this leg here? I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was 4 deep in the last leg. And I think it's a good race for the Can-Am also. The 2, raced well last time. Ulan Noir, I thought, raced well from the 9 hole. Really had no chance whatsoever. It was 52-1 and still kicked 27-2 to be 4th. And, now draws inside. McCarthy gets on. I think a must-use. The 3 DW's Revenge is third back also. And, ran into Rock of Cashel last time. I didn't really think that this horse was going to win that race. Dropped 1 more tick. Yannick sticks. I would expect this horse is probably going to be chalk in the race. But the inside draw, I'd imagine speed coming again. The 7 Jacks to Open. This is Surik coming back from Yonkers. This horse likes this racetrack. Has proven that many times. At outside post on the half. No chance there. I like a big track now for him, and it's going to be hidden a little bit in here. And, not without a chance. And then the 8, has been racing. And this is another Jen Bongiorno horse. Has been racing well at the Preferreds at Freehold. Now gets the big track. Had raced on it before, but, they had this horse in the Preferred back in December, and it was 50-1. I'm curious how this horse fits against these horses, but if the last 2 are any indication, I think you probably could use this one also. So 2, 3, 7, 8.
I agree. I think the race is wide open. It's going to be a very good betting race if you're betting it. I'm 5 deep here, starting with the 1 Round Town Rocker. Marcus Miller stays on. He draws the rail, and Rick Dane Jr.'s barn has been heating up. You all right over there?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Rick Dane Jr.'s barn has been heating up, And with the inside draw, you're going to get a good trip. Marcus is going to be firing with this horse, and I think as long as he can secure a trip in a 2 or 3 hole, maybe even on the lead, I don't know. He might just go right to the front on the sloppy track. This horse is 5 for 17 in the win column in the off-going and has made a lot of money in the off-going. So I do like him a lot in this spot. The 2, Ulan Nor, however you say that. Second, yeah, second. No ear. There we go. Second start back off the layoff. Raced very well last time, like Mike mentioned. Home in 27-2. Just got beat a couple lengths there. From the inside, this horse is going to be much closer than what we saw last time. So is definitely a play. The 3, DW's Revenge. He likes to win, and I like that about him. He's on a slight class drop. Raced pretty well last week. Just got beat. I mean, they were sprinting home in that race. He got his own way on the front. He just got out-kicked. I think he's more of a one-speed type than he is a horse that has that big-time kick at the end. So I think if he can kind of just go out there and grind the mile out, maybe go first over here, he's got a shot to win this race, and I think he's going to be an okay price. I think 7-2 is fair for him. The 4, Aplam Hanover, Timmy Tetrick jumps on, and that's all I need to say about that. And then the 6, Reseda for Jeff Cullifer, whose graphic you can see right up there. Hold on, which way am I going here? This way? No, this way. Right up here. Right there, Jeff Cullifer, one of our sponsors for this Pick 4. And Dave Miller, he drops in class. He's consistently getting checks against horses of this type and beating horses of this type. And, he's racing pretty decently against the class above this. The numbers are 12,500. So I think with a trip, this horse is a play once again. And he's probably going to be the favorite in this race, I would think. So I'm 5 deep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, which makes my ticket go as follows: 3, 4, 7 with, 2, 6, 8 with, 5, 8 with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's $45 for 50 cents. Mike?
135 with 1, 2, 6, 7 with 5, 8 with 2, 3, 7, 8. It's 48, and I played.
So that's our ticket. You can see our tickets right now up on the video stream. If you're not watching the video stream, you're listening on radio. We just gave them to you. I hope you wrote them down. But we've got 6 minutes till race number 9 at Western Fair. How many minutes we got over at the Meadowlands till the 7th?
7 is up right now. They have 7 hung.
For the 7th?
For the 8th. The 7th
okay.
is gone. They're 6 minutes right now to the 8th.
Okay, that makes a little more sense then. So with that, all we've got left, there's $119 live at Western Fair, by the way. 9-1, 11-1 winners over there.
That's huge. I feel a little dumb. But I mean, I guess I thought that might set up like that with the duels and things, but the 4 jumping everywhere. 7 was way too far back.
Shea and Jordan both picked. They picked Warwick Toronto there.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Yeah, it was a good pick.
I wish we'd have thrown that into the Pick4's. Where were they? Whenever they were trying to get shot outs, why don't they say, "Hey, you better put the 3 in leg 2"?
Right. They just want to trash talk.
Step. We would share the money.
Yeah, they just want to trash talk when they hit something, but they don't want to actually give anything out. Silent types.
You're like the biggest trash talker ever whenever you get one right. Like you were the only one on earth that had it,
That's all right. But we got to give a couple shout-outs here. Bobby Smolin's been watching. The Sumner Girls watching.
He's always watching.
Steve Wiseman, buddy of ours, going.
Nice.
I'm sure he's heading out to Minnesota here very shortly. Dave Brower at the Meadowlands watching.
Nice.
Doughboy, Mike Avenatti, all kinds of people watching. Big crowd tonight. Big crowd. Big crowd.
That's what we need. Big crowd.
Bang, bang. But 4 minutes at Western Fair. Probably 14 at the Meadowlands. They got, 5 posted?
Yeah, they're getting ready to go at Woodbine. I know that's not really on our schedule, but it's on mine.
No, but we do have the Can-Am Pick4, which we're going to get through right about now since we've got a little bit of time.
We're going through it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to run through it quickly now.
Not quickly.
Well, not quickly, but we're going to get through it. That way, we can go to break after these 2 races go. And then we can bring on our buddy Russ Adams, Hanover Hustler, talk about Rosecroft. Bunch of big racing there this weekend. We want to see 400,000 in handle. What do you think, Mike? Is it doable?
I think that, yeah. I mean, they've been averaging. What have they been doing? I guess Russ can probably tell us better.
They've been over 300 pretty
I was
consistently
going to say,
now.
they're over 300. I know that.
Yeah, they've been over 300 pretty consistently lately.
There was somebody putting out a nice chart every week for Sunday handle from all the tracks and stuff, but I haven't seen that for a couple weeks.
Yeah, whoever that was, if you're watching, let us know it was you, because we want to know.
I mean, because we do.
Wait, was that Jason Beam that was doing that?
No, I don't think so.
I saw he was at Hawthorne today. He's out in the Shy.
He was at Hawthorne?
Yeah, Beamy's out at Hawthorne today.
Nice. Well, he's making his way to Monmouth, I think. Something, isn't he? He got a job. He's got the job, I think, till Miramonte shows up or something at Monmouth.
Okay.
So, he's a good follow on Twitter, though. He's good.
Yeah, we like... NAHU likes Jason Beam. Go follow Beamy Awards on Twitter. So, we've got the Can-Am Pick4. 20-cent minimum bet. There's no guarantee, but it's been averaging about 50,000 in the pool every single week.
Actually more, 60s. It's been averaging last week I think they had 65.
Wow, so it's growing.
Yeah.
Good thing I came up with that idea.
Yeah, right. That was you.
It was. A year ago. Anyways, it starts in race number 10.
You would take credit for
Jesus' resurrection, that happened because of me.
I'm watching this Woodbine race, so you can just keep talking.
So the Can-Am Pick4 is a 20-cent minimum bet. The sequence goes as follows. It's race number 10 from Woodbine Mohawk Park, race number 10 from the Meadowlands, race 11 from Woodbine Mohawk Park, and race 11 from the Meadowlands. 4 races, Can-Am Pick4, 20-cent minimum, so you can kind of spread out a little bit if you need to. And for our purposes, we stick with what we use in the Meadowlands Pick4 for races 10 and 11, which are legs 3 and 4 of their Pick4. I know, it's getting confusing already, but just pay attention. Leg number 1 is race number 10 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. It's a non-winners of 7,000 last 5 for fillies and mares. Full field of 10 here. Very good betting race, I think. It's wide open. Since Mike's probably still watching that race, I don't even have it up.
Over.
Okay.
The race is over.
Okay. I'll start it off anyways. I don't know who's driving the 1. I know Bob McClure is out. By the way, we haven't gave those guys well wishes yet. They might be watching. Bob McClure, Anthony
might
McDonald,
not be a bad idea.
Phil Houdon. We wish you guys all well. They were involved in an accident in qualifiers yesterday, so get better soon, guys. We need you back on the track. But anyways, this race, I'm 5 deep. This is the front leg of the Can-Am Pick4. Starting with the 1 Wisty's Paradise, has been second or third her last 5 starts, and she's only got 5 starts this year, so she's been very sharp, draws the inside, doesn't particularly have a style, really. I think she kind of likes to follow horses, so with that being the case, she's probably going to get away up close from the inside, I would think. but she is a versatile type. Definite play. I think you're going to get fair value on her, and she's consistent enough, hitting the board pretty often. So I think is a play here. The 2 Village Jamie. Travis Cullen jumps on second time over the track, and she's been facing some pretty tough mares over at Flamborough in the Preferred 2 and Preferred 3. Last week was in numbers of 11,000 in her first start over the track. Got away in the back, was back 13 at the half, had no shot to win that race. So you can just toss that out. You get Travis Cullen to drive now, who's been driving very well recently. And I think with the inside post, you're going to see this horse firing, and she should be close throughout and is going to be following the 1 Wisty's Paradise the whole way, I would think anyways. The 5 Exhilarated, I think, is the most obvious horse here on the class drop for Carmen Auciello and John Drury. She's been getting checks every week against numbers of 11,000. And on the class drop, this is the level I think that she excels at best, where you look back 4 starts ago, she was second by half a length. And, she just got beat by a horse that she's in against tonight, who I'm actually using as well. So I think she's a used back in against horses that she can compete with. That horse being the 8, Pretty Hot. Jason Ryan trained.
That horse is scratch, Rod. Pretty hot scratch.
Oh, well, that makes my ticket cheaper. Okay, so skip that one. The 9, Kiwi Focus. This is one, I know Mike does not like this horse, but, Kiwi Focus is a mare that she's very hit or miss. She's either really good or we don't hear from her at all. And I think on this class drop, even from post 9, post 8 now with the scratch, she's going to be honking late. She's a mare when she's in against these types. She knows she's in cheaper, and when she kicks off that cover and she gains a couple steps, she just takes off. So I think she does that tonight. She's got a big shot even from the outside post. So 2, 5, 8, and 9. Well, 2, 5, and 9 after the scratch.
Okay, so we got about a minute to London. I don't know if you want to go there or not.
We got 40 seconds till race 9 at London. We'll come back to Mike's.
We'll come back to the Can-Am. We'll just stay right, at the Can-Am after the London race. They're on the track at the Meadowlands also. We have time. I mean, They just finished race 8 at Woodbine. Because I want to talk a little bit more about this just because I like it so much. I think it's, one of the better bets that's going on right now because I love Woodbine, and the Meadowlands product is greatly improved. These races that they're putting together and the big pools and stuff, it's just one more Pick4 for us to play into. And for guys that play both places, it's perfect. I mean, what could be better than this?
Exactly. I agree 100%. And now they are going to the gate for race number 9 at the Raceway. And what we got for the favorite here? Who's
4
the
to 5
favorite?
on the 5. I mean, that's
Angel
pretty,
Stats. 4 to 5.
obvious.
It's a little bit short on the price. I'm not keen on that.
I don't think. I think this horse is going to crush.
Nah. If you want value, bet the 4. 25 to 1 is huge right now.
That is a big price on that horse. I would agree with you.
All right, here we go. Race number 9 at the Raceway.
Barton, no cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Angel Status, Winsong Ophelia, Avatar Sealster, trailing out, Fast Glider, into the stretch. Off stride in the back tier is the 8 Fast Glider. Here they come. And away they go. First to show, Winsong Ophelia. She came off the car first for Stewart. Angel Status left out for second and went off stride. Angel Status at 4 to 5 to a break.
What's happening right now?
The complexion of this one changes up in a big way. Winsong Ophelia leading by 3.5. Majestic Speaks on is second. Trotting in third. We've got Vibi Ridge Virtus next in line to be fourth. No cuts, no butts, no coconuts. Southwind Spartan trotting fifth. Sixth is Avatar Sealster. All alone in 7. Fast Glider and distanced off the leader. Following that first turn break, Angel Status at 4 to 5. It just won't happen tonight. 30 and 2 the quarter mile for Winsong Ophelia, just coasting along here at 10 to 1. Her lead is still 2 full lengths to Majestic Sweet Sun in second. Now no cuts, no busts, no coconuts, getting underway. Rolling first up for Duford, just took third. Vimy Ridge Vert is fourth. Second over into fifth, South Wind Spartan. With them in six is Avatar Sealster. The back markers well back after early breaks. Both Fast Glider and Angel Status. 102 and 1 was the halftime. Winsong Ophelia trying to steal one, trying to brave it up here second. Majestic Sweet Sun and trying to gain third. On the outside, no cuts, no butts, no coconuts. It's 3 wide now from South Wind Spartan trying to make it up at 5 to 2. Then along the inside, Vimy Ridge Vert is nothing yet from Avatar Sealster. Winsong Ophelia turns it on. After 3 quarters in 1:32 and 1. Winsong Ophelia is in another league right here as they make the swing. She's got it by 3.5 lengths. Majestic Sweet Sun holding down second. Down the stretch they come. It will be Winsong Ophelia. Another upset at 10 to 1 in leg 3 of our late pick 4. Majestic Sweet Sun second. No cuts, no butts, no coconuts third. Avatar Sealster on to take fourth. 2, 2, and 4. Winsong Ophelia, Stewart for Sinclair.
Another bomb.
You know, this racetrack has changed since I started watching. I mean, the front end has been quite good in the 3 races we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, front's been holding the last few races.
I mean, you know, I'm not, now that the 5 breaking there completely changed it, but, you know, the 3 had a stone cold perfect trip and went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it was boat race 7, boat race 8, boat race 9. So, just something for future reference. When you see something like this, the horses that came from off of it have no chance right now. I mean, that could be a function of the horses winning or the, you know, just being better. But when you see, you know, 10 to 1, 10 to 1, 10 to 1, 3 front end winners, that tells you that there's something going on with the racetrack, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speed is holding
it's
well
not like
right
it's 3
now.
to 5 in every race. So
Speed is definitely holding.
they're getting ready to go at Meadowlands. They're counting it down. There's about 65,000 in the pool. Somehow my one's 41 to 1. I guess nobody wants to use that one tonight, but the 3's 8 to 5, which is about right. I mean, I think that we talked about that. Who else did you like in here? I also used the 5.
I'm 3-4-7 here in the front leg.
Okay.
Talking about
The
Meadowlands
4 is the
leg.
second favorite.
Yeah, we're talking about the Meadowlands leg 1 of the pick 4 there. Here's the tickets for those still watching on the video feed. Again, real quick, Mike, what's your Meadowlands pick 4?
Okay, I was 135 with 1267 with 58 with 2378. It's 48 right now. I had a scratch at the 10. I was going to use that one also.
And my ticket is 347 with 268 with 58 with 12346. It's $45, and it looks like they are going to the gate right now. So we're going to give it to Ken Workington.
For the 8. Right now 8 to 5 on the 3. You should be here. 7 to 2 the 4 traffic jam. 5 to 1 the 5 better than Bree off a win, and 6 Sass's Sister also 5 to 1. Pacing mares lining up field of 9. Race 8 starts the pick 4. Here they come. The Raw Family Roll Call and Sass's Sister way together with Better Than Bree between horses. You should be here. And Sheer Talent with early speed. 3-4 wide around the first turn. Sheer Talent cuts the corner on Better Than Bree. As Sass's Sister continues on 3 wide from third. You should be here. Gets away fourth. Traffic Jam is fifth past the quarter. Then it's Oneida, Blue Chip, and Family Roll Call at the rear. With Keystone Nikki and Our L's Dream. Opening quarter for Sheer Talent. 27 and 1. Across the backstretch, it's the long shot. Sheer Talent in front across the backstretch. Now to the outside. Here comes You Should Be Here to brush up and take command. Better Than Bree jammed up on the helmet third. Sass's Sister going up fourth on the outside with Traffic Jam. And that one is tracked by Family Roll Call, 6th past the half. Then it's Oneida Blue Chip on the inside. And Our L's Dream and Keystone Nikki. At half, You Should Be Here at even money. 55 and 4, 28-3. Getting some steady pressure from Sasa's Sister on the outside second. They hit the far turn. Sheer Talent on the inside third. Traffic Jam second over fourth. Family Roll Call third over Stride for Stride with Better Than Bree on the inside. Then it's Our L's Dream fourth over, about 5.5, 6 to make up, and then Oneida, Blue Chip, and Keystone Nikki. Passing 3/4, You Should Be Here, dealing with the pesky Sasa's Sister. 3/4, 123 and 4. In the stretch, You Should Be Here got rid of Sasa's Sister. A slingshot off cover. Traffic Jam has open road, and Family Roll Call towers up late on the outside. But it's You Should Be Here, desperate now. You Should Be Here, Traffic Jam. Family Roll Call, final move. You Should Be Here, yes indeed. You Should Be Here. Then Family Roll Call. Then Traffic Jam, then closed. Either Oneida Blue Chip or Keystone Nikki. 151 and 3. You Should Be Here.
Yeah, what he said.
That was a good drive on the 3, though. I mean, he kept after him the whole way. How about the 1 slipping through for 4th and 50?
The 1 was 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big price. I mean, that price was too big.
Price on my horse, I thought.
Yeah, the price was just too big on that one, in my opinion. So, back to the Can-Am. Mike, you were getting ready to talk about leg number 1 of the Can-Am Pick 4 for your ticket, so go ahead and give it to us.
Okay, so this is 10th race, Woodbine, Mohawk. Starts the Can-Am, so we already talked about this. We're 10 and 11 from Woodbine, 10 and 11 from Meadowlands. You're going to have to deal with that big favorite in leg 2, which is a lot of people are going to be singling Rocklamation, which we talked about that race earlier. I'm going to be too deep in that race, but in this first race, I'm going to use the inside 3. All should be prices. Whistey's Paradise might get overbet a little bit off the last few. Ran in the race Starcross, but this horse really kicked hard late and was getting to that one, who pretty much had a stone cold perfect trip and finally put it all together there. Now obviously it's not McClure, it's Saftik driving here. It was McNair in the past though, so I mean I don't really like McNair getting off necessarily, but you're going to get what you're going to get. The horse is sharp, is in the has been in the money 5 times in 5 races. So my top pick in the race is the 2 Village Jamie, who was racing preferreds at Flamborough and racing well enough. Then came and ran into like Azor Sealster. No chance on April 19th whatsoever. It was too far back, but did finish with interest. Now draws well, gets Travis Cullen in the bike. I like that driver switch. I like the post here, and I'm going to like the price, I would expect. The 3 needs used, only 1 star. Was racing straight numbers at 3, but if you look back, ran into Sunday afternoon 3 back. That horse is extremely sharp. Skater Chick last time. That horse, is a very nice one also. Draws well, and it's going to be ignored just because of class, but I think is interesting just because of the company that the horse has been keeping. I'm against Exhilarated completely the way that she's been racing. I think she can beat me, and that horse is 2-1 morning line. No thanks. The 6 Leaving a Legacy raced extremely well, and obviously it was in a claimer, but this horse is claimed by Shepherd and stepped up. I like Shepherd off the claim, gets Wah here. So with those 2, I think you can get a price. And then I did use Kiwi Focus also, just from a class standpoint. The scratch at the 8 does help her some. And, she just fits against these horses. And, she finds ways to win. Last year she won $88,000 racing at similar spots. Likes this racetrack. And, with that post, could be a little bit ignored on the boards. I'm 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9.
Leg number 2 is race number 10 at the Meadowlands. We've discussed this one already, so we're moving on to leg 3, which is race 11 at Woodbine Mohawk Park, which happens to be a filly mare numbers of 16,000 last 5 starts on the pace with a full field of 10. And this is another pretty good betting race, I thought. I'm 4 deep here. The 1 Jan, I'm assuming Phil Houdon not driving. This is a mare that has extraordinary talent.
It's Nick Boyd. Nick Boyd on the 1.
Okay.
Jody on the 2, Saftik on the 8.
Jody on the 2, Saftik on the 8. Okay.
Jody on the 3, Saftik on the 8.
Okay. So the 1 Jan I use with the big post shift back inside. She's got early speed, and she likes to be up close. That's her A game. She gets a drop in class where she was second by a neck last time she was in this class. And, with the rail, she's going to be firing. I expect to see her throughout, either on the front or the 2-hole. She's best from that spot, and I think that's where she ends up tonight from the inside. The 4 Azure Sealster for Moreau and Waugh, very good form right now. I don't think there's anything to knock here. She does step up 1 class level, but that doesn't really bother me, as she's been just really, really good recently since shipping up from Pompano. A must play with 2 wins and a second on the Woodbine Mohawk circuit. The 5 Ain't 3 Okay. For Mike Weller, Travis Cullen, I did mention earlier that Travis Cullen's been driving well lately. This one's on a class drop, 2 back in the downwards of 16,000, was second beat in nose. And I think on that class drop, she should be closer. She doesn't have any early gate speed, so she's going to get away mid-pack or towards the back. But even with that, I think with her late kick, she can close in 27 seconds. And that's really her A game, is getting within range and then closing and out kicking everybody. So as long as she can get close enough, I think she's got a shot at a good price. And then the 8 Buttermilk Hanover, another one that can close, just has to get close enough. And you get a driver change here as well. In good form recently. We'll see where she lands early. That's going to be the key, how far back she's at around the half or so. So I'm 1, 4, 5, 8 there. Mike, close it.
It's a very interesting race. There's a ton of speed. A lot of these inside horses like to leave. The 1, the 2's been leaving every race. The 3 likes to get away. The 4. So I do prefer closers in the race. I will use the 1 just on a class and post switch. And, this horse can win from, second or third off the gate. Let's see what the driver change brings there. But, you're going to probably get a price with Nick Boyd in the bike. But he can get one away from there, which, that's all this horse really needs to do with the company that she's been keeping. So we use that one. The 4 Azure Sealster is obvious. Crushed that field last time on April 19th. Keeps Waugh. And he could have drove a few of them in here. The 5 is very interesting. Ain't 3 Okay. Raced, I thought, very well last time in the numbers of 25,000. Just got beat a lip. She did hang a little bit that night on April 12th, but she gets a set up here, and I like Cullen driving because he's aggressive and he puts the horse. This horse needs to be driven aggressively, and you're going to get a price. You use that one. Buttermilk Hanover, loses McClure, but gets Saftik here, and he drives very well. This horse is in good form. Fits at the class, is going to be off the pace, and I think that benefits the way this race is going to set up. And then the 9 American Sarah. This horse tends to pop at times at prices, is good from off the pace, gets Lasix. I like, the trainer. This horse, has a chance from off of it and is going to be ignored. So 1, 4, 5, 8, and 9 for me in that race.
We were pretty similar there. And then the last leg is race number 11 from which we have discussed already. So, with all that said and done, race 10 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. I'm calling it Mohawk. That's what I'm calling it, Mohawk. Leg number 1 is race 10 at Mohawk. Leg 2 is race 10 at the Meadowlands. Leg 3 is race 11 at Mohawk. Leg 4 is race 11 at the Meadowlands. If you haven't got it by now, sorry, you're out of luck. We'll come back to it. So, here's my ticket for 20 cents. 1, 2, 5, 9 with 5, 8 with 1, 4, 5, 8 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It knocks it down to $32 with the scratch. Mike?
Okay, I'm playing 40. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 with 5, 8 with 1, 4, 5, 8, 9 with 2, 3, 7, 8, and that leg too. I mean, if you don't want to double the ticket, the 5's going to be everybody's key in leg 2, and that's race 10 to Meadowlands. That's gonna. So we'll see. If you could beat that horse, you probably can really make this pay pretty nice, and I think it's worth playing regardless.
Well, that does it for the first part of our show. When we come back, we're going to have Meadowlands action, Mohawk action, and the last race from Western Fair. But for now, we'll be right back. We're back. That scare anybody? Maybe.
was that noise?
That was music. That was Usher. And me singing.
I was hoping that Sand Between Your Toes was going to be able to beat Double A Mint, but not with the way this racetrack is playing.
Not
If
today!
you're watching Woodbine, this front end's been pretty good there, too, to be honest.
Well, during the break, I was trying to figure out the tallied up scores for the handicapping contest. That
You gonna take an L?
I've got one leg to go here. Checking this
Where's
out.
Russ? Is he on?
Russ is
Russ,
on.
you there?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta do my intro.
Oh,
Hey, every good handicapper's got an intro.
okay.
All right, hold on.
Are you gonna pimp walk onto this on your phone?
Well, give us a second. Hold on.
Mike.
Oh Lord!
I'm on, everybody. The hustlers here, everybody. Let's talk some horses.
I'm gonna start singing.
What I want to know is, what's the backstreet?
That was in sync. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
I was about to start singing for real.
I can guarantee you one thing. That you say all handicappers need an intro. I will never have a boy band intro.
Oh yes, you
Well,
will.
I'm just. Hey, look, I gotta look like them for this one segment, of course. But
don't you remember, Mike? Last year, I did that for you. I did like what? Oh, I did. I put the ice cream truck song as your intro.
You know,
oh my god,
I get no respect whatsoever.
he's like the Rodney Dangerfield of this place.
Oh, it was classic.
It's unreal. It really is.
Ray was
They're
trying
going
to.
to go London if you want to watch that last race.
Ray was trying to keep a straight face for it, and it wasn't happening.
Yeah. You guys didn't expect that from me, did you?
Now, I can't say I did.
Oh, you knew I always have to do something goofy every week. You just never know what it's going to be.
That's true. Although we've continued the wife beater theme, which I think is working well.
Yeah, well, this will be the last week for that. We'll be doing a new theme next month.
Okay. So it was wife beater April. Is that where we're at?
Well, wife beater month, just a shirt. I don't actually beat wives, so. I just want a disclaimer on that. So.
Wife beater shirt month.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't actually beat wives.
But all right, we've got race number 10. This is the last race at the Raceway Western Fair District. Current favorite is the 6 at 8-5. So here's Sugar Doyle one more time.
Yeah. Stony Durkin and Major Nate, Mr. Big W, Nate Spucky. That's 7 across. The trailers are Little Quick and my brother George. Starting gate picks up speed.
Here they come. Man.
For a mile and a 16th in London. Here they come. It's go time. Lumiere to take them on out of there. Mr. Big W with early speed up close. Stony Durkin into that opening turn. Lumiere on top. Mr. Big W threw in a step there. Still a bit bumpy, gated here, but he's being driven right along by Harris. Through that opening turn they go. Mr. Big W teamed up early here at 8-5. He grabs control as they straighten for the quarter mile. Lumiere goes on hold in second. Stony Durkin is third. Beagle looks at it from fourth. Rockstars Megastar away a midfield fifth. Next in line 6 we've got Major Nager. Then it's back to Nate Spucky. Little Quick. Trail on the field, my brother George. 28-2 was the quarter mile. Mr. Big W, second choice on top. Lumiere continues to be second, traveling in third, staying in there with Stony Durkin out and rolling. Here comes Rockstars Megastar quickly on the outside. How about Rockstars Megastar now matching strides with Mr. Big W here with a lap to go. The half was 59-3. Mr. Big W. He's been headed. It's ahead in front for Rockstar's Megastar. Traveling in third, Lumiere. Second over in fourth. Extreme long shot, Nate's Bucky. Third over into the flow is a Little Quick as they race on down the backstretch. Final time, Little Quick giving his cue. How about Little Quick giving them all the how's she going here? He's going after Rockstar's Megastar. This is Little Quick and Rockstar's Megastar to hook up for a final quarter duel. 1:30 and 3 3/4. It's ahead in front for Little Quick, second best. Rockstar's Megastar, my brother George, came on to grab third. Stony Durkin on to take fourth. Eighth of a mile left to go, and coming back is Rockstar's Megastar. Little Quick could be sputtering. Rockstar's Megastar back on to win it. Little Quick was second best. My brother George holding third over Lumiere, and Stony Durkin to round out a high five.
So that was the last leg of the Pick4. I think they were all paying pretty large there going into that last leg.
Huge.
What was it, 9-1?
Last race.
9-1, 11-1, 10-1, I believe, were the front three legs. And then you got, what'd that come in, 2-8?
Yeah, 2-8.
2-8-9.
Meadowlands is going, in case you were wondering.
Oh yeah, we got to go to the Meadowlands. This is race number 9, leg 2 of the Pick4 at the Meadowlands.
It's almost over now.
Probably coming down the stretch here.
I'm really hoping that Joe Martin keeps rolling with this horse.
On the outside, threatening down 3/4, 1:25 into the stretch. It's better be leave it in front. Joe on the outside takes the lead. It's Joe full out here. Game first over. Frank and Joanne in between horses through the stretch to the wire. And getting leg weary is Joe on the inside. Frank and Joanne coming. Joe, then Frank and Joanne. And then Ideal Sun and Willie Boots 153.
So that was
I have no chance when these horses win.
Not that one.
None. I have no chance when Pompano Shippers come up and win from 9 holes.
No, there's no way. I couldn't have that one.
I just don't. I just don't understand that. And this horse is 4-1.
No thanks.
So.
Well, let's whip ourselves back into shape here because I'm ready to talk about a little bit about Rosecroft here with my little whip here.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Sunday, like we mentioned at the start of the show, Rosecroft has a bunch of Sire Stakes races. They got some non-betting races. We're not going to talk about those because we can't bet them. So,
nope.
We're going to talk about the betting races, and the front 4 are all Sire Stakes races to start the card. Race 1, 2, 3, and 4, all Maryland Sire Stakes. Race number 1, 3-year-old fillies on the pace in the Maryland Sire Stakes, and you've got to field a 7 here. And for me, I'll start it off. My top pick in the race is the horse coming off the qualifier. How about that, Rusty, the 5 for Andrew Stafford? Qualified very well, 55 and change, 55 and 1 in that last qualifier. I think is good enough to beat this bunch. May need a start, but I think is in shape enough to be able to beat these. And she's just basically been prepping for this, so I think as long as she's in contention, she's got a shot to beat these, and she was successful all last year, 4 wins in 9 starts. That's going to be my top pick here. Russ, how about you?
Well, I completely agree with you with every word you just said. So I'm going to go with the 5 as well. How about that, Rusty?
Bang, bang.
Like you said, raced well off the qualifiers. making her first start of 2019, now in the Andy Stafford barn from the Mike Hall barn. So you guys got to keep that in mind as well. And it is my top choice. We'll see what happens there. My second choice is Anna B, making her first start since October 2018, finished second to Be For Real in the 2-year-old final. We will talk about that horse later on. And the third place horse, Sophist, number 4, finished fourth as the being favorite last week. Has an outside shot to get a piece of the pot. So, Mike?
I like the one. I think that she looks tough to me. I mean, given the lightly race last year, but, was good in the final in a fast race. And, they're obviously taking their time with this one. But, no reason to think that she shouldn't be ready to go. The 3's a little interesting to me just because, decent race last time from the 8-hole, at least made up ground late. I know 0 for 10 and, but now gets back in, these kind of races. At least looks to be improving to me. And I like Kirby getting on. So I don't mind that one for underneath maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably throw that one on underneath, especially first start for Greg Trotto. I think that's a pretty decent angle right now. He's been hitting a good percentage. But race number 2 is the 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace for Maryland Sire Stakes. And here you got to field the 6, a short field. But Russ, start us off. What do you like?
Oh, sorry. It's got a text from one of your favorite members of the Sumner clan. But anyway, race number 2, I'm going to go with Rockin' the Shades. I'm going to go for a little mini upset here. Race good in his first start of the year at Pocono last week. Now comes back to Rosecroft, where he finished second to Berserker in the 2-year-old final back in October. And Berserker's a pretty good racehorse, so there's no shame in losing to that one. I don't see much in here, so I'm gonna pick that one on top. My second choice is Trump That Rusty. Made a break back at the start last time and involved in interference in the stretch and still finished second. That was pretty impressive, if you ask me. And then the third place horse I'm going to go with, How's It Going? I know that was a lot to sneeze, but anyway, set in the pocket. Last 2 starts to grab minor shares, expected again, maybe somewhere second, maybe third. But that's what I'm going to go with there. Rod or Mike, go ahead.
Mike, what do you like?
I agree on the 2. I think it's interesting that, got the 2 qualifiers and then all of a sudden shipped up to Pocono, got stuck with an outside post, and that was a fast race. I mean, 54, off the bench, didn't disgrace itself. And now, when the money starts to go, this horse comes back to familiar grounds. And I do like that horse. I think, should have a good chance, especially with the 3 making a break early last time. Stuff like that bothers me. I'm not crazy about that, even though this horse probably has the top connections in the race and, had 2 dominating wins. But when you lose at 120, I'm sort of, turned off. So I would play 2 over 3.
I kind of agree with both of you a little bit. I think you both have good points here, but I'm going to go with the 3, Trump That Rusty on top. The recovery after the break last time was just ridiculous. And before that, he was just crushing. So it's hard for me to go against this colt. Yeah, I think he's a nice colt. He's really blossomed into something else this year. So, as long as he stays flat, minds his manners, he's going to be very tough to beat. But it's a very slight edge over the 2 Rockin' the Shades, which I should be picking just because I am doing that.
You are correct, sir. Excellent choice, by the way.
Race 3 is another Maryland Sire Stakes for 3-year-old fillies on the pace, and this is the second division of this. Field of 7 here, and Mike, start us off here. What do you like?
Well, there's not a lot in here. I don't mind the race last time on Kelsey's Own Cruise. This horse was off a couple qualifiers at a couple Rose Cup qualifiers, and then had a April 9th qualifier in Philly, which wasn't exactly stellar. But then got in the race last time and kind of sat the whole way and made up a lot of lengths late to be third. I don't mind that line against some of these who's been getting their heads kicked in, and onwards a 1 and onwards a 2. This really isn't that difficult of a race, and any sort of similar effort at all should result in a win here. I think for the 7.
I think you got a shot with the 7. I'm not keen on a horse like that. I mean, it is Cameron and Wagner.
Look at the rest of them.
I know it is. It's Cameron and Wagner. The horse fits well. It's second start back, and
the 4's going to be 1 to 5 in the race.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be 1 to 5. But the horse I like here is the 3, Catch Me Outside Rusty. Is 0 for 10, but you get Tony Morgan on the bike this week. And this horse won a brutal first over, parked a mile trip, first start back off the qualifiers. Does have a braking issue, will likely get rough gated, but these are the types of horses that Tony Moe excels with. I mean, I've known Tony my entire life. This is a horse that he jumps on and wins with right away. So I'm all over this horse. I'll take the shot, hoping that she stays flat and she cashes me out. How about you, Russ?
Wow, I don't know what to say. Where do I even start? All right, I'm not following you guys here. I'm going to go with a horse I think is probably going to win this race. I'm going to go with the 1 horse, Be For Real. And why? Oh, did you really? Well, let me recover here. This one,
I get everybody. I get them all.
I will say that was really good. I like it. I'm gonna get the last lap here. This horse is 2 for 7 last year. I know his first start was second tier. Throw that race right out. The qualifier, throw that out too. He won the final last year in 53-3. There is nothing in this race that's 53-3. Nothing.
He's not either anymore. He barely can make 58. Looks like to me.
Well, his second to last start was 53-3. It says in plain bold and.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that was then. This is now.
Oh, I know, but there, like I said, there ain't much in here, and he went right to the front. I expect him to do it again, and plus he's got the rail. I mean, what else are you asking for? And if Victor Kirby sends this horse to the front, this is over. That's all I'm gonna say. And then the horse I got for second, Real Rich, the 6, comes back to Rosecroft after a rough patch in the Delaware circuit and the PA circuit a little bit. Comes back to Rosecroft. Maybe she regains her form. She did do pretty well here the couple times she raced, but she got beat twice by Centering. Not a bad horse, if you're wondering. And then the third choice, I'm going to go with Alexis Fraternity. Race super from post 9, but she'll have to go faster to catch Be For Real. She didn't really beat that much in here. And then Mike, you were saying about Kelsey's on cruise. If you can't beat Art Spell, I don't know what to say.
The only thing is that's the first time this horse showed any sort of improvement whatsoever, and I like stuff like that. I mean, that's so.
Well, I like this stuff, but I don't talk about that. But I completely understand. I mean, that's your angle. That's fine. But,
all right, a couple things here. Okay,
sure.
Sorry. Nothing to do with this race. At Woodbine, there's a late scratch at the 6 in the first leg of the Can-Am. Okay. So the 6 is scratched out, which I did use. I did use that one, but now not in. And there's about 46,000 in the pool, and I'd imagine with this late scratch, they might be a couple minutes yet. So just updating.
Okay. Well, thanks for interrupting us, Mike.
What do you think? What kind of odds do you think you're going to get on the 1?
He'll be favored in the race.
You think?
I'll make him favored. I'll make him favored. I think he's worth a $100 win bet right now. Don't laugh. I mean, he'll be favored. If people are listening to this, he'll be favored in the race. Alexis Fraternity raced very well from the NAHU, but didn't beat very much. So
my concern would be, I don't know. I mean, if you look at the last year's lines, very obvious. I mean, this horse, improved unbelievably that night. But has been really, has shown nothing since. So, and this can't be the goal, I wouldn't think.
Well, I imagine it's not the goal, but if the horse races anywhere like he did that last start at Rosecroft, I mean, obviously had no chance from the 9 hole. It's a second tier, first start of the year. Dishhammer and Serenade were not bad horses out in Delaware. No shame in losing those two.
I get it.
Yeah, and then race against Southwind Diesel in the qualifier. Oof. I mean, that's tough company. There's not much in this race. There really isn't. You're right about there's not much in this race. You're right about that. But we're just looking at two different horses.
They're going to the gate at Woodbine.
All right, let's have some fun.
All right, front leg of the Can-Am Pick4 starts right now.
3-2 for Drury and Oss Yellow, class-dropping daughter of Mach 3, shooting for possibly her second win of the year. Post time for race 10.
Meh. I'm a mime.
10th race from Mohawk Park. Kicks off that Can-Am Pick4 off stride 3, only 1 star. They're off and pacing and exhilarated, shooting right to the front for Drury, wasting no time and hustling her right to the position of command. Doing a drop to the pocket spot is Kiwi Focus, parked out pressing Royalty Westo into third. She'll back up and look for a seat. The rail fourth belongs to Village Jamie. Then Wisty's Paradise, gap of 2 to Nutty Lady B. Roll is Sparky. After the break in stride, it's only 1 star trailing. Quarter pole bound and exhilarated, dropped a 4 to 5, and she leads the field just over a length in front. It's Kiwi Focus in for the pocket trip. The opening quarter is 27 and 4. 2 lengths back to Royalty Westo. Another 2 to Village Jamie. Almost 3 to Wisty's Paradise, then Naughty Lady B, and Roll with Sparky. Field is by 3/8, heading up to the midway point, exhilarated in charge for Drury as she leads the way. Kiwi Focus enjoys the pocket trip, gap of 2 to Royalty Westo in third, then Village Jamie fourth, and closing up the gap is Wisty's Paradise from in fifth now, 56 and 4 that first half, a second split of 29 flat. Into the final turn, Exhilarated leads the way, Kiwi Focus brave on that Drury helmet from in second, a gap of length and a half in third to Royalty Westo, Village Jamie from in fourth, fifth inside to Wisty's Paradise. They're on their way to 3/4, the leader still Exhilarated by just over a length. Kiwi Focus is right there, second in the pocket spot. Royalty Westo in third. Village Jamie commencing a first over bid late from fourth. 3/4 in 1:26 and 1. Drury fetches plugs from the ears of Exhilarated. She's got company. Kiwi Focus on her back in second. Here outside Village Jamie third. They're coming up to 7/8 and Exhilarated still strong up front by a length and a half. Outside comes an upset-minded Village Jamie now. Kiwi Focus in between. Late speed from Royalty Westo. Exhilarated leads the way, but she is skating on thin ice late. Exhilarated tries to dig in and last for the final strides. Exhilarated coming to the line. Exhilarated at the inside, holding on. Exhilarated in a 4-across photo in 1:57.
How does the 2 hang in that race, for God's sakes? It's just how front end this freaking racetrack is right now. It's unbelievable.
Well, the 5 hung on by a whisker, and
Well,
that seemed like the longest stretch drive of all time.
well, they came home in 31 and change.
Listen, it's been all night. It's been all night there. The front end has been unbelievable.
Yeah, there's what looks like a pretty strong headwind on the stretch.
It's windy, and that's the thing. Like, you can't. It's been a no passing zone.
Yeah, but it was exhilarating.
The deuce. I thought he was winning the race around the turn. I really did, because the 5 was like falling down.
Yeah,
and the horse didn't even get second. Might not even got third.
you might have got second though.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now. Lucky to get third.
How's
But then
Christopher not
second.
get second? How's Christopher not get second? That's a real crime.